you know, they like to veer off and then hop back on to catch whoever's speeding.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, looking in the rear view.
Yeah.
And that's when I looked at my shit and I was like, damn, 10 minutes off. Shit.
That's why I'm not scared of the police. Because when I see them, you know, I'll put my
Shut down.
seatbelt on. I'll obey the traffic speed. You know, sometimes I go like 10 over.
You know people get pulled over for that, right?
Yeah,
Going 10 under.
You can go 5.
No, going 10 under, people got pulled over for
10
that.
under. That is wild.
Yeah, nigga, there's video of it.
I know that happens on the highway, but I know that happens
There's
like
people driving in the street and they go, yo, you're going 10 miles below the speed limit, so here's your ticket. There was a guy who was driving. He got pulled over for going 5 miles over the speed
I'm
limit.
recording.
Okay, for going 5 miles over the speed limit, and then there was a dude who got then he still good. So he got pulled over for going 5 miles over the speed limit. Then when they drove off, the cop pulled him right back over and said you were going 10 miles under the speed limit, gave him another ticket. Dead serious. And I was like, yo, you're gonna win that in court. Unless you got a dickhead judge, you're gonna pass that. But I'm telling you, go back, watch old movies, bro. There's a movie called
Planet of the Apes. That's a classic.
Stop it.
That's a classic. Though.
It is a classic, but I can't stand it. I don't like what's his name. I don't like Charlton Heston.
The
the
first movie?
the main actor, of the original one. I don't like him.
He was corny, but
He is still corny. And the little stupid thing he did with a chair. I'm like, just say you're racist and shut up. Like I don't need to hear you. But what's the movie? It was about a Confederate woman who was an idiot, and it leads into how things are today in relationships, but you have to look at it in a macro perspective. What's it called? Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind. See, you've never seen Gone with the Wind. You've heard about it.
I heard about it.
Yeah, but you've never seen it. Gone with the Wind, bro. It's a girl who, in the beginning, is like all these stupid little idiot modern chicks.
I thought it was about a horse.
That's Secretariat. But just an idiot moron chick who just all she wants is, I want the prettiest things in life and a man who's gonna spoil me and that, and runs past true love and things like that, and then the bottom falls out of the world. The Civil War happens.
Okay.
And she's caught in the middle of it, and now she has to become
a man,
a grown adult woman. She was kind of like a man, but you know what's big about that movie too for us?
What's up?
I think it was the first time that they showed a black actor being a black person that, like, respectfully. I think she might have even won an Oscar for it.
It's about a black woman?
No, it's about a white woman. But the woman who played her, let's say the mammy, her mammy, she was freaking amazing. Mm-hmm. I wish I could remember her name. She's famous. She's an awesome chick. Yeah. Hattie McDaniel, I think her name's Hattie McDaniel. But she played the black woman. But no, it's a big movie. And you know what's the best part about that movie?
What's that?
Because it's long movie, maybe 4 hours, 4-something hours. But which I have no.
You're already losing me, man.
See, y'all, I don't understand y'all.
I'll watch a recap. I like watching recaps.
I am done with you. I do watch recaps too, but there's an intermission, so you can watch the intermission and watch the other part. But she has to learn how to be an adult, right? Because women were not adults. Learn to be an adult.
Yeah, because they had no rights. They were property back then.
They had rights, sir.
Not as much as a man.
Of course not, because they couldn't go to war. Because they wouldn't go to war. It does matter. All the rights that men attained were because they were willing to die. That's it. Women weren't willing to die. That's why they didn't have rights. People like to act like the only reason they didn't have rights is because they were women.
That don't matter.
No, it does matter.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter.
We shouldn't even have to go to war to begin with.
That's wonderful to talk about. That's not reality. I think we have this thing. No, it's not.
That is reality.
It is not. That's your generality of what I wish the world would be. That's what who was I talking to about that? I was saying how that's why women always have a distorted view of what things should be because they live in a world of what should be. And that's nigga shit too, so you should be better than that. They live in a world where it should be like this, but that ain't what the hell it is. I was telling it was about niggas.
It don't matter about what it
is. It is. Just like when you go, he borrowed money from me. I think I was talking to you too. He borrowed money from me, so if I punch him in the face, I shouldn't get in trouble because he owed me money. Yeah, that sounds good, but in reality, you're going to jail. Exactly.
I didn't bring that up.
I didn't. All right, but I was talking to somebody. But that's nigga rules. That shit don't make sense. If he came on my yard, wow. He came in my yard and he kicked my window, and then I caught him on the street and I beat him up. I should be all right because he kicked my car window in. No, that's nigga rules. You would go to jail.
Well, you know what? We wouldn't be where we are if we didn't think about should. If we didn't think things should happen, we wouldn't have like the inventions we have today.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Nah. If people didn't The reason we have the inventions today is because people are good at seeing what's needed,
Right.
and that what's needed doesn't exist.
Right.
That's not imagining. That's
It comes
logically
from imagination. It comes from imagination.
The parts might come from imagination,
You think, what-
but
what-
the thought comes from reality. I want more people to be able to live in this small place. So I go, how can I fit more people in the same space?
Okay.
Build up. That's not imagining. That's reality.
That comes from imagination, right?
No, the imagination
I don't know why
is
you're debating me on this.
because it's the truth. The imagination is how you do it, but the
Right.
need for it is reality. Reality is I've got 15 people that I need to house.
It's the same
How
thing.
am I going to do it? No, it's not.
It's the same thing.
There's no imagination without reality. You have to have reality first. There's nobody going like this. There's nobody sitting around just going.
And that's
I'm
how laws
imagining-
get changed to how do
To
I say
what?
it? That's how problems.
No,
get
go back
changed
to laws
as
because you're gonna lose there too. Go back to laws.
That's how laws get changed
Mm-hmm.
and amended and whatnot. It's because you think that there's things that should happen. There's things that should happen correctly, so you change the laws to how it should be.
Laws get
For example,
changed. Go ahead.
there was a point where you could beat your wife, and women said we should have the ability to not get our ass beat. So
Okay.
we changed the law to that.
Now here's what really happened.
Go ahead.
Women were getting their ass beat, and people realized, man, this is not moral.
We should not beat women's ass.
Yes.
That's what they said.
In reality, no, here it is. They were saying you should not beat women's ass for decades. They were saying it for centuries before that. Nothing ever happened. But when women became a part of the workforce,
Right.
and then they got rights because they were putting sweat equity in, now what they say is
Right.
backed up by reality. That's not imagination.
They
That's
should
reality.
work. They
It's
should
reality.
work. They imagine. Right?
They didn't
A
imagine they
world-
should work. No, that's not
a
what happened.
world where I
That's a
don't
lie.
get my ass beat just because I'm with my husband.
That's a lie.
They imagine a world where just because I get divorced, I don't get thrown out in the streets. So they went out.
Nobody
and-
was doing that. No. You weren't getting thrown in the streets if you got divorced. That's not how it worked.
You're bugging. Anyways,
See, this is
they
my
imagine-
problem with y'all. Y'all don't learn. Y'all don't
Listen,
research
listen.
nothing. You just say shit because it sounds good.
because it happened.
No, look it up.
Because it happened.
You have a computer right
They
there.
treated women like property.
Yes, just like they
Therefore-
treated slaves. Yes, like property.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
So you think it's illogical that they'll just kick them out?
No,
They'll
see,
leave
that's
them
your
alone?
problem. You hear property, you think treated bad.
Isn't that what
That's
they
your
do with
problem.
slaves?
No, this is your computer. Do you treat it like shit? Excuse me. Do you treat
I
it
like
like
my
crap?
computer.
They like their wives. That's why they married
Until
them.
they don't like them.
That's it, my G. Just because you don't, I have a dog,
This is a circle, y'all.
and he's losing in this too.
This is a
if I have a
circle.
dog and I no longer like the dog,
Right.
chances are I give the dog to somebody else. I'm not gonna beat the dog into
Okay.
the ground. There are
Do
sick
you not
people.
see stray
There are
dogs? Do you not see stray cats?
where do
Maybe
stray
not
dogs?
in
Where do
Florida.
stray dogs, stray cats come from?
People's homes.
Excuse me?
People's homes.
No,
Do they not?
no.
You're bugging. You're bugging, bro. Circle.
Stray dogs
logic,
and stray
circular
cats come
logic.
from horrible human beings
Yes.
who are disgusting.
Yes.
And they try to throw things away in the sewers, or they try to
Yes.
throw them. That don't mean they had a home.
Like alligators, right?
Okay, you're acting as if they had a loving home and they were in this place, and then we no longer want them, so we kicked them out. And then they went out and they started some kind of pack. That's not how it happened.
Sure.
There's sick people who are sick in the head. That's not everybody. That's my problem with feminists.
Nah,
You
I can't
guys
say that.
act
Can't
like
say that.
every
Can't say
man want. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question.
If you have to put something in the law to make it right, to correct something,
Correct?
that means that was a norm. That was a cultural norm. Treating
No,
women bad.
no.
That's
no,
a
no,
cultural
no.
norm.
Not true.
That is a cultural
Not
norm. It was
true.
okay to
Nah,
spank your
not
wife
necessity.
if she talks.
Spank.
Slap that shit. Slap this. Slap this.
Do you know where? Do you know why? Let's say you're right. It was a norm. Okay.
It wasn't.
Why was it the norm?
Because guys are insensitive.
No.
Yep.
Why was it the norm?
I have no idea.
Because of religion.
Probably.
Not probably. Religion says you should spank your kids and spank your wife. That's what religion said. That ain't man. That and I'm glad you said that because that leads to what we're
Don't
supposed
talk
to be
about
talking
my
about.
Bible like that, yo.
I'm sorry.
That's where you're going.
It's in your
That's
Bible.
where you're going.
It's in your Bible. Don't get mad at me. It's in your Bible. And I'm glad you said that because hopefully that'll lead me to what I want to talk to you about today. The patriarchy. There is no such thing. And this proves it. Because all the things you blame man
The
for
fact-
are stuff that was done by religion and by elite rich whites. That's not a patriarchy. That's elitism. A patriarchy means all men are better. They're not. Just like when we were talking about white supremacy, and what was the first thing I tell you? White supremacy doesn't mean every white person is better. That's not what and you would go, oh, I didn't think you meant it like that, because you have to talk. I don't mean it every white. I walk past, I see a homeless white person, and they're better than me. That's not what white supremacy means. White supremacy is exactly
about the system.
The system. And when it comes to the stuff you're talking about, it's the same system. There is no patriarchy. There is no men holding women down. It's a system. The system came from religion. They were beating their wives before they came to America.
Religion is a system.
But it's not a patriarchy. The patriarchy
which means it's a norm.
You are talking about two separate things, sir.
I'm talking about the same thing.
No, you're not.
Maybe
we're talking about the patriarchy
maybe
existing.
I'm up here and
sir,
maybe you're just...
you have never been up there in relation to me. It don't even exist. It don't even kind of exist. You can go to any
I'm on
level.
The ethereal.
I'm
on the spiritual realm.
Spell it, nigga.
Spiritual?
No, ethereal. You even say it right. Exactly. Who do you think you're talking to? You can go as high as you want. I'll be right next to you like, I was waiting for you. What we doing? I don't run from nobody on that mind shit. But real talk. Systems can't be blamed on all the people. They're blamed on the elites, the ruling class. The ruling class.
Right.
That's who. So a patriarchy means men are doing it. Men are doing it. Men suffer just as much.
From the patriarchy?
No, there is no patriarchy. That's a good try. Men suffer just as much from the systems that are put in place. Just like I say, white supremacy hurts white people too.
Right.
Yeah, I can say that. But there is no, the patriarchy in women's mind is that every single man is holding every single woman down. No. How many women you holding down this week? None. None, nigga.
Couple.
None. The only chicks you holding down is ones you smashing.
Facts.
Okay.
Whoa, not like that.
Nah, nigga, he said
not
facts.
Like
it's too late. He was holding her wrist. Oh, what are you doing? But he had consent.
She was holding, with consent.
With consent. See? Look at that. If there was a patriarchy, you wouldn't be afraid to say that.
I'm still afraid.
Exactly. That's because there is no patriarchy. If there was a patriarchy, I could go to a cop and be like this. Hey, man, I'm a man. She was a woman. You know what happened. And he'd be like, all right, let's go. That don't happen.
Cultural norm, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Cultural norm, yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was legal.
Cultural norm, you can spank your wife. She's out of.
Right, but it wasn't because of men. It was because of religion and the system they had in place. You're not linking the two.
You're bugging, bro.
No, I'm not. The patriarchy means it's men. It's not men. It's the system.
People make up. People. How do I say this?
Mm-hmm.
A system is just an idea. Okay. That's the system.
No.
A system is an idea.
No.
It's almost like a game that you have to cooperate in order for it to work. If you do not cooperate, then it does not work.
That's not true.
That is exactly true.
That's not true. And I can prove that wrong right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you think slaves cooperated in slavery?
White people did.
Did I say white people or did I say slaves?
White people did.
White people were not slaves.
Do I think
I said, do you think slaves cooperated in slavery? Because you said everybody got to cooperate. They didn't. You know what they used?
Not the majority, but there's some.
No, not any. No slaves.
Not the majority, but there's some.
Name one slave that cooperated.
Kunta Kinte.
Kunta Kinte did not cooperate. That's why his foot got chopped off, and he's not real.
Kunta.
There's none.
What was the guy's name that Samuel Jackson played?
He's not. He doesn't exist, and you don't even know his name.
Harriet Tubman.
She was literally the opposite of complicit.
Nah. She's in the military. She was in the military.
She was in the military of the Union, nigga. That's the opposite. What is wrong with you?
I can't remember which side was she on, but she was in the military.
You want to know what side she was on?
As a spy.
You want to know what side she was on?
Go ahead.
She was on the side that was stealing slaves for freedom, which means not complicit in slavery. That was a what?
Huge maybe.
Not a maybe.
And
let's go. Check it out. Let's say it was a maybe. I don't care.
Okay.
Same thing like Rosa Parks supposed to be a maybe, right? Some people say she's sitting down for this reason, or other people sat down first. Cool.
Okay.
Still happened.
Right.
So I don't care. Not complicit. You don't have to have people to be complicit. You know what you have to have?
What's up?
The power to make people back down. That's what they had. They had the power to make slaves stay in their place. Just like in this quote-unquote patriarchy that doesn't exist, they had the power to make women shut the hell up. That's not men, that's the system. Because the system told them, do what it is.
That's people in general. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. You're proving my point. So if it's people,